Hi there. Following a restorative yoga practice, I found myself thinking about how yoga and mindfulness have developed in the United States. Observing the progression of a cultural phenomenon is like watching a serene practice turn into, well, goat yoga. However, let's focus on a more serious topic now: religious appropriation and its significance. The mainstream has appropriated mindfulness, which was once an important aspect of Buddhism. It has become a commodity and lost its moral and spiritual core, which is very different from where it came from. Let's take a moment to examine Buddhism, where mindfulness is deeply ingrained. To understand why this matters, it involves more than just paying attention to your breathing. It involves the Four Noble Truths, the route to enlightenment, and an all-encompassing strategy for spiritual growth. In the 19th century, immigration brought Buddhism to the United States. When we go back to the 1960s and 1970s, it became more and more popular, reflecting the social and cultural changes of the day. Notable individuals like Thich Nhat Hanh and Jon Kabat-Zinn were important when Buddhism became popular, but mindfulness's rise to prominence came at a price. It became secularized and lost its Buddhism foundation. The dilution of mindfulness is causing Buddhists to express concern. The Buddhist way of life is based on moral principles, compassion, and interconnectedness, not just breathing exercises. I'd want to tell you a story that shows you the possible outcomes of mindfulness when it's taken out of its ethical context. Introducing Josh, who regrettably exploited mindfulness for his own evil purpose. Not everyone will benefit from secular mindfulness. Buddhism may be misunderstood if it is reduced to a one-dimensional method, without exploring its more comprehensive philosophy. Mindfulness in the workplace is being widely adopted, yet there can be serious repercussions when financial gain trumps true well-being. Let's examine some of the commercialization-related factors that may mitigate its beneficial effects in more detail. Consider the effects on Asian American Buddhists as we examine cultural appropriation. Similar to how yoga has become disconnected from its origins, commercialization has the potential to result in cultural appropriation. Let's now explore the historical background and its implications. Some people view the secularization of mindfulness as a gateway to Buddhism for those who are not familiar with it. Despite these reservations, many doors are opened by it. But how do we proceed mindfully? Here are some tips to make sure the essence of mindfulness doesn't fade. Let's rebrand products to reflect the various facets of Buddhism and identify them with their Buddhist roots. Practicing mindfulness in an ethical manner is more important than giving it up. Be mindful of your behavior. Interact with Buddhist symbols with respect, and let's all work to prevent religious appropriation. Finally, each of us has the ability to engage in mindfulness training without endangering Buddhism. Let's accept its foundations, comprehend its meaning, and lead genuine lives. Recall that mindfulness counts. Let's pause for reflection before we finish. This is a moving quotation that sums up the history of mindfulness. We have a little more time now, so I'd like to offer a personal meditation. What will you do to learn vicariously and live authentically?